Good morning, good morning. Just letting your audio connect to the session. I hope you're all well. Lovely to see you this morning. Just remember, is it Monday, is it Wednesday? We do webinars on both days and it's Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. I hope you're all well, having a fantastic week so far. I have lots of special guests with us this morning. You are in for a treat. You should be able to see my screen. Cara, we're all good there on screen viewing?
Yeah, all good. I can see.
Excellent, super. So as always, if you can keep yourselves on mute throughout the session, that'd be much appreciated. It just allows us to go through the flow of the webinar. There is a chat at the bottom of your Zoom or at the right. If you do have any questions throughout, please enter your questions there. We will have time for Q&A at the end. If you do wish to ask us any questions off mute, that's no problem at all. But let's get started. I'm Sam. CEO of SalonIQ. So I'll be one of your hosts today. I've also got Cara with me. She will be here as well. And then I'll introduce our two very special guests in just a moment. So the AI receptionist revolution. Let's get started. I want you to have a little think first. So just sit back. How many times this week did your phone ring while you were maybe with a client? Maybe you were in a meeting. Maybe you were driving and your phone was ringing, or if you were just trying to unwind and switch off for the evening, was your phone ringing? How many times did your phone ring while you were busy doing something? Have a think about that. And how many of those calls went unanswered? So maybe you didn't hear the phone ring. Maybe you were with a client and you just couldn't leave. And you didn't answer that phone because you couldn't care, but it's because you physically couldn't get to them in time. These are missed calls. These calls are not just missed calls anymore. They're missed bookings, missed revenue, missed trust from those clients. Just make a note, pop in the chat if you want to. How many times did your phone ring and you just couldn't get to it? So looking at the service-based businesses, we've been doing some research, doing some reviews on this, and studies are showing that over 60% of inbound calls go unanswered during peak hours. So when you're open, those calls aren't being answered. That is huge. And in salons where teams are hands-on with clients, the risk is even higher. So when you're with a client, when you're with a patient, when you're with your customers, you just can't leave that client. So you're missing those opportunities all the time. When a call is missed, 85% of callers don't leave a voicemail. I'm really bad with voicemails. We'll ask our special guest in just a moment. I don't listen to them. I'm terrible. Cara, do
I
you?
don't. No, I'm really bad.
I just don't listen.
I can see a missed call off you, Sam, and instead of listening to the voicemail, I'll phone you back,
Yeah, yeah.
even
So
though I know
that's
you've left me a voicemail.
85% aren't even leaving a voicemail. But when you are leaving a voicemail, they're not even being listened to. And 75% won't call back. So I'm privileged, Kai, that you phoned me back. Thanks. This means 3 out of 4 potential clients are simply disappearing, not because they're not interested, but because no one picked up. So they're moving on. We don't have patience anymore. We want that instant response. If we're not picking up and answering, then we're moving on straight away. That silent cost no one talks about. Every business watching today is leaking opportunity, not through bad service, not through lack of demand, but through availability. They're just not available. Your clients expect instant responses. They don't leave voicemails. They won't wait until tomorrow. They won't wait until this afternoon. Your clients move on and they'll find another salon to look after them and book in. And the really harsh truth is your business is being judged on response time, not on reputation. What you might find, or you've had feedback in the past, is if a client is saying to you, well, you didn't get back to me, usually they're unhappy because they didn't get a response. You didn't communicate with them in the time that they were expecting. So a question, if we can pop it in the chat, what percentage of consumers, clients expect immediate response when contacting any business? So when we say an immediate response, it's within 5 minutes. So what percentage of clients do you think expect a response within 5 minutes? Pop it in the chat. Cara, if you can do a little look and see what we've got there.
75%, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going 100%.
So we've got a 75%. So we've got high expectations.
90%. Got a 90. So quite high on the top side.
Again, so doing some
Everybody.
surveying, some studying, 82% expect a response back within 5 minutes. They don't care what you're doing. They don't care if you've just started a colour or doing a client or you're helping that client in that treatment. They want that response within 5 minutes. 82% of your clients want you to reply. So consumer expectations have changed. Today's customers expect speed. If a business cannot respond quickly, customers assume one of two things. You're either too busy to speak to them or look after them, or not professional enough to handle demand you've got coming into your salon. But neither is true, is it? But perception is everything. The perception that they're getting from you not answering makes a big difference and a huge impact. Let's talk about AI. It's not just a buzzword anymore. We've been floating this word and kicking this word AI about for a long, long time. But it's a practical tool that's already changing so many businesses and how they operate. It's making tasks faster. It's reducing our own admin as humans. It's just the decisions are smarter and teams making more productive. Despite all of this, some businesses are still burying their head in the sand and waiting for the hype to blow over. It's not going to blow over. I can apologize and say it's not going to blow over, but we really need to embrace AI. Those that don't embrace AI in some form this year are going to be left behind and they're going to struggle to get ahead again. They really, really are. I was at a conference last week on Thursday in London, walked into the hotel foyer and this robot is walking around. It's creating this huge storm and crowd of people. It's on my LinkedIn if you want to see it. We're mesmerized by this. You know, this is the first time I'd ever seen a robot in person. It was doing dance moves and funky things. It was amazing. It was brilliant. The insights I got from the concert were incredible. Cara, you were at a conference over the weekend, weren't you? And they were on AI.
Yeah, I was. And there's a guy called Andrew Grill, if you want to have a look about what he does. And he had me really motivated about AI, and he was talking about bringing it into the salons, and he literally got everyone buzzing, and he was like, switch it on now. And he's an expert in business and AI, and he knows that, you know, it is something that the majority of people are going to have to start using.
Yeah.
But yeah, his name's Andrew Grill. If you just
Andrew
have a little
Gill.
read up on him.
Put his name in the chat, or Jenny will, I'm sure, if she's there. So what's preventing us from digitalizing? What's preventing us from doing this? 48% lack of time. We just haven't got the time to invest in researching it. 46% of saying that it's cost. Another 46% a lack of know-how. 31% is due to inflation. And 30% are just uncertain about the security and data protection around digitalizing and implementing AI. So it's really interesting there. It was multiple choice this question, so they could have multiple reasons for why they were stopping from doing this. And I'm sure you will resonate with one of those, or if not more than one. Maybe you've got lack of time. You haven't got the time to work out, what should I do? How should I do it? You know, I think that one of the big stumbling blocks is actually, how do I execute this? How do I implement this within my business effectively? How do you feel about AI? Have you asked yourself this question? I've gone through a mix of emotions over these last 2 years on how I feel about AI. I go from excitement to feeling anxious. I can feel very overwhelmed because I can have, I've had so many companies reach out to me, say they can do this and they can do that. Have you thought about it? You think, oh, what on earth do I do first? So please, you know, how do you feel about AI? I'm really, really excited about it right now. There's so much opportunity for us at SalonIQ and for our industry. There's so much opportunity. Anyone commenting? Anyone sharing how they feel, Cara? Anyone opening up to how they feel about
No, everyone's
No,
staying.
everyone's
I think this
quiet
is the
this
quietest they've
morning.
been in a while.
I'm sure when we introduce our special guests, they can let us
Oh,
know.
we do have someone say they are a bit anxious and a bit unsure how
Yeah,
to use it within their business.
me too. Me too. There's a
Oh,
lot to do there.
excited. We've got an excited and scared. There we go. We're waking up.
Good,
Love
good.
it. Excited. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. I go this. Mine's a roller coaster. Fabulous. Okay, 25% of non-AO businesses are saying that they lack the knowledge as their main reason why they're holding back. They just haven't got the knowledge. They don't feel confident enough to implement something around these AI tools. 61% of small businesses are feeling positive about AI overall, which is pretty good. You know, they're feeling really positive. How do you feel about implementing AI within your salon. I am sure nearly every one of you in this room have a ChatGPT account, and you've maybe asked ChatGPT a question. Hopefully you're not using it like Google. And you're maybe using it in your personal life and not just your work life. Have a think of how you're using tools like ChatGPT at the moment, and how do you feel about using it with your clients? So I've just got a graph here just to show the visuals of tech and AI. So we can see here 10 years ago that we're looking at the tech is at the blue at the bottom here. So we've got the steady increase of technology advancing and increasing over time on its projection and the adaptability that salons and clients are using. The green line here is AI. Steady growth, similar to tech around 2018, starts to increase around 2020. Look at where we are now. This is going to absolutely skyrocket. So those using AI within their businesses, within their personal life, helping their administration, helping make strategy decisions, looking at their reporting and figures, is absolutely going to skyrocket. Guys, we can't be left behind. We're an industry that can take some time to adapt to new ways, new technology, new things, and we just simply can't do that. There are so many ways in which you can implement AI within your business, and we're showing you just one of those ways today. So this is happening. Non-AI users. So what does your business future investment in AI look like? 78% have no immediate plans. No immediate plans to bring AI into their business. 21% are exploring AI, but they've got no real commitment to what they're doing. They've got a bit of an idea. Are you part of the 1%? Actively investing, researching, and learning and understanding about AI and how we can deploy it and execute it. Are you that 1% that are going to really stand out and make that difference and adapt and absorb all this technology and what artificial intelligence has to offer? What's actually changed? Why are we all of a sudden doing this? What's happening? AI didn't arrive to replace people, and that's what we're all thinking. We're going to be out of a job. But phones are ringing 24/7. Emails are coming through around the clock. Messages are coming through to you through WhatsApp, Messenger, call, email, post. They'd be knocking on your personal door if they could. We are non-stop. We are non-stop at the moment, and business owners are being pulled in so many directions. Jennifer will resonate with me. She'll be coming on in just a moment. We are a business owner, a salon owner, wears every single hat: the marketing, the accountant, the payroll, the HR. We wear so many hats. It's here to help us. It's here to be more proactive, help us and make better strategic decisions. So we asked a different question. What if your business never missed a call again? What if bookings happened while you were focusing on looking after your clients and you were giving them a 5-star experience? Well, that experience you're always aiming to deliver. And what if AI worked like your best performing receptionist, without breaks, no holidays, no sickness, and no burnout? How good would that be? I'd love it, personally. Dealing with sickness and burnout, it's serious, you know. All of this up here creates burnout. It really does. We can only do so much. But what if we didn't?
Speaking of Sam too, sorry, just to say that I was speaking to a salon this weekend at the conference, and one of the main things is one of the receptionists was saying how excited she was to start bringing the AI reception into the salon. And she's a receptionist because she was saying she wants to give the clients that great experience when they're in front of her and not saying, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I just need to go and answer this telephone call." And that was a receptionist.
Yeah, because when they're so busy, like, can you go and just sit over there for me? I've just got to get this phone. Oh, that's terrible. Especially if it's a new client. Take them seated, show them the salon, show them the bathroom, show them their therapist or stylist or where they're going to go next. Take their coat, hang it up. You know, we're so rushed now, or if it's especially if it's a loyal client, oh yeah, you know where to hang your coat up. Oh my goodness, no. You know, it will allow your receptionist and your front of house team to really care and give that experience that you're wanting to give to them. We know, we've said this in previous webinars, a good haircut or a good massage or facial isn't going to cut it anymore. It's really not. It's more than that. The big question, how do I implement an AI agent in my salon? Where on earth do you start? This is where we're introducing IQ Connect, and it's powered by CallPad. It's not a chatbot. It's not a gimmick. And it's not future tech. IQ Connect is your fully trained virtual receptionist that answers calls, books appointments, cancels appointments if you want it to, reschedules bookings, takes messages, and knows exactly when to hand over to you. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Conrad. I'd like to welcome Conrad, who is one of the founders of CallPad, who has helped us deliver, build, and customize IQ Connect with SalonIQ. Conrad, if you want to take yourself off mute and just introduce yourself. How did CallPad come about? And yeah, what's the vision?
Yeah, hi everyone. Thanks, Sam and Cara. That was really nice. I think you guys set the table really nicely there. So I'm Conrad from CallPad, and it's really great to be here. So I'm sure you'll have many questions soon, and we'll definitely dive into those shortly. But one thing I just want to be really clear about with IQ Connect is that it's a backstop for your business. So whenever you can't get to a client, you should absolutely, or whenever you can get to a client, you should absolutely use that human connection. It's always best. We just saw that IQ Connect was a way not to replace that, but it's for the moments that when you can't get to the phone. So instead of clients that are waiting or moving on, it gives them the choice and they can immediately get an answer. They can make a booking, or if they prefer, it can take a message, and at least the client has that peace of mind that someone will get back to them. So we always say it's not a human replacement, it's a voicemail replacement. And frankly, we're seeing it's a much better experience than voicemail.
Yeah.
I think we saw a slide there that there's an 80% hang up rate on voicemail,
Yeah.
which I think that's fair because I can't remember the last time I personally left a voicemail. I know Cara was saying she will text Sam or something else. And that means that only 20% of people right now are really leaving voicemails. So what's really exciting about IQ Connect and what we've seen is that there's a 70% engagement rate with IQ Connect. So that means that if you take 100 callers that are trying to reach out to your salon, we're effectively answering and resolving 50 more client requests that would otherwise be lost. And in practical terms, that means that we try and auto resolve out of 5 calls. We try and auto resolve 4 of them. And that means that, somebody will always want to speak directly to a stylist, and that's fine. When they want to speak to a human, they absolutely should, but it just frees up a ton of time playing kind of telephone tag and generally frees up your staff.
Yeah.
So we've also heard really strong feedback about how much pressure it takes off everyone in the salon when they're busy, and that's what we really like to hear. It gives the team kind of the freedom to give their full attention to the clients in front of them. And I think that's the most important part, is creating a great experience in the salon. And when clients are in the salon, they deserve your attention as well. So, and I would also agree with Cara. You were speaking to that receptionist. The most surprising thing for me was that we're seeing even salons with full-time receptionists, they're finding it really useful and they love it because it's almost their working buddy. It means that they can step away, they can help somewhere else in the salon, or they can take a proper lunch break without worrying about the missed calls. And when they come back, they have a full record after their lunch break or after hours as well. And it's also really great that we're seeing more insights about when you're missing most messages or the busiest call days or when most cancellations are coming through. So we actually give you a lot more data about how you can manage staff to make sure that people are getting the best service. So it's a little bit about IQ Connect, and I'm genuinely excited about what we have in the pipeline. This is just a start for us.
Yes.
So, but the core vision, it's always going to be simple. We just want to reduce your mental load. We want to protect your time, and we want to help you focus on the experience inside the salon while everyone still gets answered. So that's kind of my 2 cents on CallPad, and we look forward to seeing how you guys use it.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Conrad. And looking just to give you some context of SalonIQ, I'm sure you have had many companies reach out to you to say that they can help you implement AI. And it becomes very, very overwhelming. You don't know who's saying what, whether you should go this company or this company. when I say that myself and Cora have had, I don't know how many meetings we've had with companies, third parties, to say that they can help us, they can help our industry. It is a vast number. So we have gone through so many meetings, so many roadmaps and strategies and how we can do this. And we have chosen Coolpad because they are some of the best partners that we work with. Their response, their perfection to get those little tweaks smooth and ironed out during the beta phase pre-Christmas is phenomenal. It's fantastic. So we know we have partnered with the best in what we're trying to deliver for our industry. Thank you so much, Conrad. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So real results from real salons. We're going to hear from a salon owner in just a moment on their experience using IQ Connect during their busiest time of the year through Christmas. But we've got some feedback here from others. So we're a super busy beauty salon and we were not getting the time to answer the phone. This was resulting in missed bookings and urgent client messages. Another one here, after activating IQ Connect 24/7, here is what changed. Amazing. Amy has saved us so much time and can rearrange, book and cancel appointments direct with clients. She can also take messages and pass them on to us if we need to get back to the clients. And that was from Skin by Katie. So she's named her agent Amy. So you can name your agent. And personally, I think it's great to name them. Don't pretend, don't try and trick the client that you're pretending to be a human. You know, introduce them. Hi, I'm Amy, Skin by Katie's our agent. How can I help you today? You know, it's that transparency and honesty. And the feature Katie values most is the time saving. So how much time it saved her. So what would you call your agent? Maybe you've already got an agent in place and they have a name. Could be male, could be female, it doesn't matter. So why this matters right now. So this is the first time we're sharing IQ Connect at this level. We've never done this. So if you're on this webinar now, you're unique. And this isn't just a product launch. It is a shift in how service business operates, but how you operate, how salons, barbers, spas, clinics. It's a huge shift in how we're going to make that change. Businesses that win next will not work longer hours. They'll not respond faster. They'll not remove friction. They will let AI handle the noise so humans can focus on what matters. Your clients in your salon or your spa. We keep saying it's about the experience. I would now like to welcome the gorgeous Jennifer from Obsessions. Jennifer, you may already know, I'm sure you do, a salon owner, and she has been using IQ Connect live in her salon for some time now. Jennifer, I'll hand over to you.
Hi, hello everybody. I've probably met pretty much everyone on this call at some point or another. So just a quick overview for anybody in the room that hasn't met me before. I'm Jennifer Kerr. I own a salon that I've had now for 22 years this year. So we've seen some amazing things happen in this industry. But one of the things I really wanted to focus in on for me personally right now was that we've got the smallest team we've ever had. We don't have a receptionist for the very first time. And there was a very unexpected shift in my workload. I've actually removed myself from the shop floor very rapidly due to bringing out a supplement company for hair loss. So I needed to literally overnight offload my clients to the other team members, the smallest team we've ever had, I might add, and remove myself very quickly. So it was very important that that was handled really, really well. Now, a salon charging £86 for a haircut doesn't want a team member every 5 minutes. Oh, I'm really, really sorry. I've just got to get the phone. But they need to get the phone because if we're not answering the phone, we're not booking appointments and then we're not securing the longevity of the business. So there's a two-pronged approach here that really needs addressing. With, weirdly, Amy AI, we've also called her Amy.
She's going to be popular.
I think it's like everyone's going to end up with Amy. But with Amy AI, she is able to offload half of that workload for us, answering the phone, booking in the appointments, creating that longevity of money and cash flow. She cancels appointments if somebody's trying to cancel. So it's all just done. And at the end of the day, when you log in and you have a look at all of the calls that have happened and it's like complete, it's that satisfaction of like, okay, this has all been handled. This will all be handled throughout the evening. No one has to leave, like we said, that answer phone message, because nobody does. Everybody wants that attention to detail like that in this day and age. It's just what happens. And we are giving the best customer service. Now, what I have to say here is, what you're not changing, you are choosing. And so if deep down in your heart right now, you know you are not giving the best customer service that you possibly can, because you're being pulled from pillar to post, answering phones, people coming in, doing your clients, you probably, like me, because it's industry wide, got the smallest team you've ever had, and they're feeling that burnout, that overload. If you're not choosing to change that in this moment, you're choosing to keep that challenge, that problem, that issue inside of your business. So the question really is, what is the end game? The end game for us was to be able to give the best customer service that we possibly could. We've won over 30 awards in this salon for customer service, and it was important to me that we keep that as impeccable as possible. So I did write down a few tips to help you on your journey through connecting with Salon Connect. The first thing I think is really important is to really communicate this through with your customers. It's a change for you guys, but it's also a change for your customers, and you really need to communicate that through. Start talking about it the minute you make the decision. Oh, we're going to do this AI thing. What do you think? Let them be part of the decision, even though you've already made it, to move the business in that direction. And then when it happens, they're all really happy to take on those conversations on the phone. Lots of them don't even know that they're talking to a robot. They think they're talking to a new team member, and then when they come in, they're like, oh my God, who's your new receptionist? It is quite funny. Like Sam said earlier, call her a name so that the team take her on as part, or him, whoever you choose, take them on as part of the team, the journey, the vision of the company moving forward. And that's really important to get buy-in from the team. The customers, in terms of sending out emails, sending out text messages, letting them know so that it's not a shock when they phone and there's an automated AI agent on the phone. So they go, oh, that's who that is. Like, they're happy to leave that message. And they know, because you've communicated it up front, that if they really need to speak to, I was going to say an adult then, a human, then they can request that. So they don't feel scared about having that conversation. They feel comfortable and supported. In terms of a receptionist, many of you will have been on one of the reservations courses that I did for 365 all them years and years ago. And there was like this vast, great big amount of jobs that receptionists used to have to do. The answering of the phone is the most mundane, time-consuming job for a receptionist. Your receptionist is your front of house, and if you're lucky enough to still have one, you can be using them for marketing and growing the business in other directions and income producing jobs, rather than answering the phone and taking up time. And also mental overload. When you've got a reservationist doing a job and then the phone rings and they have to stop that job to move to answer the phone and then come back to that job, it takes them 10 to 15 minutes to get back into the mind zone to complete that task. That means you're going to get much more done in your business much quicker, much faster, and that then expends your growth opportunities even further. I cannot explain to you how much this has changed my company and supported my team. I travel a lot. I'm out of the country a lot. How can I support my team whilst I'm not here? Remove the overload of what they have to do on a day-to-day basis. And this was by far the best thing we've implemented into the business. What else did I write down? Make her a life force in the team. Like I said, team buy-in is going to be really, really important for you. And there's no need to be scared. I saw a few of you putting in the comments that you were scared or you were anxious or you were nervous. SalonIQ, just handle it. There's nothing really for you to do. Make the decision is the biggest step and the biggest thing that you've got to do. And then after that, it is seamless. It is handled. It integrates really well. And then all you've got to do is just smile when you see the transcripts of the calls come through and giggle at the conversations when they realize they're talking to an AI agent.
Yeah, brilliant. Jennifer, thank you so much. If you've got any questions for Jennifer, please pop it in the chat and we can go through them at the end. I'm sure you'll be more than happy to answer them. Any positive, any challenges, doesn't matter what it is. It could be how did you approach it with your team? What was the first thing you did with your clients? Jennifer said to communicate with your clients. It's like anything, when we're making any change that will affect our clients, it's always about education. You know, this industry has had the challenge of implementing deposits to help notice and cancel. Oh, but I'm worried what my clients are going to say about deposits. It's about educating your clients as to why you're implementing deposits, and then everything will be fine. If you're trying to hide away from it, or you're just going to do it quick and just hope no one says anything, then you're likely to go in a little bit of a muddle and potentially will get some, negative feedback. But if you educate it in the right way, like Jennifer said, let them know what you're doing, why you're doing, have that conversation. Make sure your team understand why and how this is going to make their experience in your salon better in the days to come. So let's look at some real stats. What is really actually happening? So part of IQ Connect, you get your own dashboard. So you'll get a whole new dashboard to look at. You, as Jennifer touched on, you can see how many calls are being answered by, let's call her Amy. You can see how many bookings Amy is making. You can see how many cancellations she's doing. You can see how many bookings she's rescheduling. When did she make those bookings? When did she cancel them? Was it at 11 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning? Likely. So looking at the live results, we had, I think it was about 12 or 13 salons using this live before Christmas for weeks, not just for a day, not just for an hour. They used it, I think, from November, and they're still using it now. Over 2,000 calls were handled in that Christmas period. 70% of the calls were handled just by AI alone, meaning they didn't need to get passed across to somebody else to look after or pick up. 522 appointments were completed, 215 new bookings, new clients, and 43 of those were made out of hours when you were closed. So you're looking at your appointment book now, and you can see you've got gaps today, you've got gaps tomorrow, you've got gaps on Friday. You could potentially have had those filled up by bookings that were made last night when you were at home trying to sort the children out or sort dinner out, or at the gym or wherever you were. 57 calls were to reschedule an appointment. So they've already got a booking in, they just need to reschedule it. As Jennifer said, we shouldn't be answering calls anymore. We should be getting our team or our front of house to focus on results-driven tasks that are going to make an impact, a positive impact to your business. So looking at all of that, we had 192 hours of admin time saved. 192 hours. So over 24 full working days just dealing with calls and queries and cancelling bookings, rescheduling bookings and making some bookings. So how IQ Connect works. So we've got the call forwarding. Missed calls are automatically forwarded to the AI agent, to Amy, after 4 rings. It answers and greets. So the agent will greet your clients with the salon name, the tone, the style, the accent, if you've got an accent, wherever you are. Smart call handling, it helps the caller straight away. It'll take a message if they want to speak to you. So don't worry, the agent's not going to hang up and not bother, speaking to them. Live bookings are made, real appointments are made, appointment changes happens, questions are answered. We'll look at what questions it can handle in a moment. Instant notifications are happening. Anything needing your attention is emailed to you straight away. So you're not missing anything. Full visibility, the dashboard that you've got, you can see the call transcripts. So you can see and read what the client's saying. You can read what the AI agent is saying back. So you're not missing out on anything. You can cross-check it whenever you want. Everyday questions are answered. If you've got a new client that says, oh, what time are you open on Saturday? Amy will answer that. The agent will answer that for you. It will give directions on your salon. It will share prices on certain services. It will give details of appointments. It will give the duration of how long cut and blow dry will take, how long those 2 beauty services will take. It will make those new bookings. Bookings go directly into SalonIQ. So it will go straight away as it would normally if your receptionist was handling it. It will look after the changes and cancellations. So it applies all the rules that are within SalonIQ. So if you have a colour and then a 45-minute duration for the colour to develop and then a cut, the AI agent will do that and it will follow those rules. So if there's not enough time for that booking, it won't book it in. Skin test rules are applied. So this will prevent bookings with no patch test requirement. So if a colour needs a certain skin test and the client hasn't got it, don't worry. Your agent's not going to book it in if they haven't got a valid skin test. We are thinking and thought of everything that a receptionist or front of house would do. Multi-location availability. It can check multiple locations as well if you're a multi-site. Accurate messages are very clear, and they're structured messages for your team to then pick up if they actually need to. Pricing. What does it cost? So we've got a one-off activation setup of £297. That's for your priority boarding. I'd like you to get your phones, scan the QR code, and just scan this for a priority boarding. It will show you the information you'll need to complete to onboard and set up IQ Connect with us. The more information you give, the better, the more accurate the agent's going to be. Now this, so it's a 297 setup, and then we've got solo bookable team members. So if you're one person, it'd be £100 a month. 2 to 10 team members in your salon is £150 a month, and so on and so forth. If you have more than 21 team members, reach out to us and we can give you a quotation. So make sure you scan that QR code on the right-hand side. Now, because you have decided to take action and you have joined this webinar this morning and you've got all the way to the very end and you're clearly interested in how you can make your team and your life easier and better and get more bookings, there's a special offer just for you that is valid until the 7th of February. Again, the QR code is the same as your priority onboarding form. There will be no setup fee at all. We will do all of the setup, all of the onboarding for you free of charge, and you'll just have that monthly fee to pay. There is no contract. You're not stuck in this. If you get it set up, use it for a month and say, do you know what, actually, this isn't for me, you can stop. But I'm pretty confident you're going to love it. And you're going to see the value that this brings to you very quickly. So make sure you scan this QR code and make sure you have that onboarding form on your phone. You've got until the 7th of February to not pay £297. Finally, the lines are open for the next 15 minutes. What does it actually sound like? I want to have a conversation with this agent. Scan the QR code. The phone, your phone will pick up a number, dial the number, make an appointment. Go all the way to the end and make that booking. Ask about the services. Ask about the pricing. It's connected to our demo system. Conrad's there, they're ready for the calls to come through. But scan the QR code, the number will come up, click call on your phone and make that appointment.
Yeah, I'll just add as well, we've maxed out the amount of calls that one line can take. So it takes 15 calls at once. If you get a call back, you just have to wait a few minutes just in case everyone's jumping on at the same time. But
fabulous. So we'll extend the opening, then we'll keep the line open for about an hour so you can all jump on and have a listen to how this is. If you have got questions, which I'm sure you will, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. You've got help@saloniq.com. That's going to get to all of us. You may have my email or Cara's email. If you want to reach out to us personally, please feel free to. It doesn't matter what the question is, big or small. If you think it, someone else will be thinking it too. Be part of the change. Be part of this positive impact that's going to help your team focus on your clients. As Jennifer says, taking that pressure off, taking that burnout off your team. We shouldn't be answering calls today. Let yourself and your team focus on what matters to really make that move, that positive move, and that positive impact in your business. Cara.
Lots of questions.
I'm sure
I can
we have. Excellent.
Jennifer's answering them. I am. Conrad is.
Go
I'm
on
going to pull out the
go.
ones that I think we've answered them, but I think it's good for everybody else to know what happens with your skin tests and your consultation forms. Those still go through SalonIQ. The client is booking at reception as normal. They get booked into SalonIQ. The emails and the flows of all of those emails, they work exactly the same. Another question is, does it speak in Greek and Russian? But I'm leaving that up to Conrad and Sean to
I can answer that. I can answer that if you'd like right now.
Please.
Because, well, we're based down here in Berlin, and we've shown some we've given some demos out, and if you speak to it in any language, it will speak back in English. We can turn on other languages, but if somebody wants to use their home language, it can completely converse with you, and any language on request. So it's pretty flexible in that sense. Greek shouldn't be a problem.
Amazing. Thank you, Conrad. Another good question actually is, can we feed it more information about our services? I guess this is for those complex colours. This one was referring to massages. So can the client ring up and say, what does this massage mean? What do I get with that? Yes, inside your service settings on SalonIQ, you have a service description. As long as you've got all of the information in there, then the AI will be able to reply back and say, this is what you get on this massage or with this facial, or this is what you get covered with a balayage. So as long as you've got your descriptions added in there, then yes, that will work. All your timings in SalonIQ. So if you've got a 45-minute duration in between your colours, or I think we've got a mobile person on now as well, and they put in timings for to travel to another location. As long as you've got, again, that processing time in to travel to that location, yes, it will still work that way. Just trying to see if I've covered everything. There's so much going on in the chat. Lots of them are saying, can I have a demo? Obviously, we've gave you the QR code for that now as well. Don't think I've missed anything else.
Abby, yes, you can ask a question.
Hello, hi everyone. So I think this is really exciting. You know, it sounds really good. I'm going to try out the demo. My only reservation is, from personal experience, when I get an AI agent on a phone call, when I call up somewhere, I can find it a little frustrating that I'm not speaking to a human. Have you come across that with any of your trials? Because what I don't like, I'm quite keen to do this, but what I don't want to do is set it up and then annoy my clients.
Yeah. Jennifer, did you want to share your experience on that question?
Yeah, sure. So we did have a few people that were just like, we really didn't want to speak to AI. And
Yeah.
my communication with them was around the lines of, listen, would you prefer, if you're having your hair done, for your stylist to keep removing themselves and answering the phone and not giving you the level of service that you deserve and desire? And their answer to that is always no. So in which case, we've implemented something to stop that from happening for you and for every single one of our guests, because your experience with us matters. And all of a sudden, they just get it. They just are happy to speak with them. There is one customer that I don't want her phone, and she started to suffer with dementia, and it can be very confusing for her because she confuses Amy beyond belief. She can't remember what she's done, and she really, really confuses the situation. For her, we are proactive. We make sure all of her appointments are booked. We make sure we communicate with her on like a 2-weekly, 3-weekly cycle. So somebody gives her a call and is like, we're looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And we just manage that because that's a good human thing to do, right? But with everybody else, anybody that came across it and was like, it felt a bit icky, we were like, well, this is the reason why we've done it, and we hope that you can understand that. And they were all absolutely fine. Again, it's back to that education piece. What do you want the end goal to be for your business? Provide amazing customer service. As long as your customers understand that, they are happy, and they can request to speak to a human. It's literally a few words on the call. Can I speak to a human? Sure, somebody will give you a call back as soon as they are free. And then you can do that when you have the space to talk to that person and give them your time and attention, which will make that a better phone call as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Yeah. Thank you.
Abby, quite a few of the salons who are already using it as well. That's why they're naming their agent. That's why they're saying on the call, this is Amy, Skin by Katie's AI agent. You know, we're not trying to pretend or fool the client here. We're simply just trying to work more efficiently and help them quicker to make their booking or inquiry. And as Jennifer said, if the agent can't answer it, it's passed straight over to you so you can pick that up.
Okay. Okay, yeah, great. Oh, I can't wait to
You
get
demo.
my agent then. Yeah, I'll book a demo, yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Just to confirm as well, if you scan the QR code, you don't have to like book a time for a demo. You can just do it straight away on the phone. So you can do it any time you want. You can do it straight after this webinar. As Conrad said, we've got 15 people can call at once. So if you find that you're not getting through, give it a few minutes and then just try again. Because quite a few of us are on this webinar.
I've just got one client who needs it for the weekend and they're asking if they complete the form today, will it be ready in time for the weekend?
That's over to Conrad.
Lily has been texting me this morning as well.
Absolutely, yes, we can do that if you submit the form today. We'll get it
Okay.
Amazing.
Right.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And it's been recorded, so we'll hold Conrad to that.
Yeah. What's involved in the setup? How does it connect to your phone? So the setup is you will complete a form. It will have some questions in there. It'll ask you questions about your salon and even things like what's your nearest landmark. So that if I'm a new client and I say, well, whereabout are you? It'll say we're facing Sainsbury's on the high street. So we send you that form. And once that form's completed, then it goes over to IQ Connect and the guys. They get everything set up. You get a telephone number, and that telephone number needs to be diverted, so it can go over to your phone. But Conrad, you might want to explain that a little bit better than me about the actual phones.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, people are almost kind of shocked how little they have to do to set it up because you have this form, it's about 10 questions, and that's just to get everything that is not within your Salon IQ, your stylists, the services, everything that they do, that's automatically synced. These are just kind of the things, do you have age restrictions or pets allowed in there? You fill out that form within 24 hours. We just give you a number and we say this is your IQ Connect number. And all you have to do is forward calls to that. That's the only action you need to take is putting it into, I saw somebody was asking about BT. We have a full forwarding guide that we send you on onboarding. And you can just go for BT. It's just an app. You open it up, you put in your number to call forward to, you press enter, and you're set up. Yeah. And we always encourage people just, once we set it up for you, test call it a bit yourself, have some fun with it, see if you included everything in the FAQs that you want.
Yeah, we can always add to it, can't we? If you've missed something else, we can always add that information to it.
Always, yes.
Right, thank you. Anything else, Cara? Any more questions?
No, all good.
Fabulous. As always, this has been recorded. We'll share it with you either later on today or first thing tomorrow morning. If you know any salon owners as well that are struggling, we've all been to conferences and seminars, share this with them. Maybe this could help them as well, take that load and pressure off their team. We always welcome feedback, as you know us here at SalonIQ. That's how we grow. That's how we make things happen for you. As Conrad also said, this is just the very beginning. We have a lot more plans in the pipeline that we're already working on to help your AI receptionists do more than just handle calls. So watch this space, from emails, WhatsApp messaging, texting, you name it. This receptionist will do an awful lot for you to really help your business thrive this year and grow. Over and out. I think we're all good. We'll be sharing our next webinar with you again very shortly. Thank you so much for your time this morning. I hope you've taken something from this. As always, you know where we are if you have any questions, but enjoy your new receptionist.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.